Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 video. In this game I'm playing a 1v1 match on the map Speed Demon. I'm starting in the right position, playing as Korea. So as we know, Korea do have some good aircraft, as in the Black Eagles. Just going with my normal start for the moment though, getting a couple of dogs out, going to get some scouting in. And this map is... there's no oil on it, but there are some gem patches and there are some ore patches as well. So just getting that dog out straight away, getting some waypoints set out, and then I'm going to get my first ore refinery deployed. And we'll see how this goes. So just trying to find a spot there, and that ore refinery going out. And what you'll notice is the ore refinery is initially going to the gems, which is really important because the gems are a lot more valuable of a resource than the ore, so it does get you those valuable economy boost at the start. Now I'm sending one of my infantry just in front of my base, and what you'll see is there are some buildings that you can garrison. So I am garrisoning a building just in front of my base. And that'll do, it's good for one of two things, I guess. If they send any dogs over that run past the building, they will get shot down. And also, it just will do a bit of damage if they come to attack me later in the game. And it's also important to garrison it as well, because then they can't garrison it. Because if they garrison it, it's obviously going to be really annoying for me. And there we see one of the enemy's dogs. He's got a bit of visibility over my base. However, it's very hard to stop that on this game. And there just south of the base, we can see one of our dogs coming back, getting some good visibility across the map. So at least we'll be able to see a bit of what our opponent's doing. And now getting the airfield out. That'll allow me to build rocket troopers. It'll also allow me to build some Black Eagles. So we'll have to see if we can do anything with that. And just going to need to keep on improving my economy. So I'm going to build another ore refinery. One of the hard things about playing Korea is they do, because the Black Eagles are very effective, a lot of people build them. But then you also need the funds to build tanks as well. So economy can be quite hard to manage at the start of the game. But I'm just going to keep on building more ore refineries and getting them out. And we've got good coverage of our opponent's base. We can see they've got an airfield. We can see they've got one of those tech centres. So just get using a rocketeer there. Because rocketeers are pretty fast. They can move over cliffs and everything like that. So I find them quite good for scouting. But now we can see our opponent, he's got some troopers. He's playing as the US. And they have paratroopers that drop down, so we're just going to try and destroy them immediately, which we do. But yeah, we're going to be having to be aware of those, because sometimes if they're a bit sneaky, they can get some structure kills, and also they can get dropped in annoying places like on ore patches and stuff like that, so we do have to be careful. We have got a double airfield out now though, so we are going to be able to build more Black Eagles, and it's just waiting to get those Black Eagles out and those tanks out. I can still see that my funds I'm struggling for funds. There are some gems in the middle of the map, but that's very risky if you try and take your MCV there. And also it's a very long way to base crawl to. You can build extra MCVs in this game if I go for service depot, but that's a very risky strategy because if you start building MCVs, then it gives your opponent ample time to build up and attack while you have a weaker army. So you do need to be very, very careful with that. But I have ran out of the gems now, so I'm just relying on ore patches. Getting another ore refinery out there though, so hopefully that's going to just help keep my economy going. I think I'd selected a couple of ore trucks there by accident in the wrong position. But now I'm starting to get that Black Eagle force up and running. The thing is, he probably can see it, so I think he will have some way of sort of something to counteract it possibly, but we will try and see if we can get some damage. So sending the Black Eagles up. And one of the things is the Black Eagles, when you send them places, like to the shroud covered places, it does actually uncover the map, which is quite useful. So it actually gets us a bit of scouting. And now we're going to go into the opponent's base. Let's see if we can do anything at all. And he's undeployed his MCV. So what we'll do is we'll go for one of the other buildings and we take out a war factory. and losing one of those Black Eagles in the process. But we did manage to take out one of the major buildings, which will hopefully help us in this matchup. So doing a bit of damage there, my Black Eagles go back there and hopefully we'll be able to rebuild and then maybe go for another attack on another thing. But now I see a plane going over and I'm just having a bit of a look there. Is he going to drop something off? And yeah, we can see there he's got the drop off right next to my war factory. But again, we're going to still just use our tanks and anti-air to go in and kill those units. But yeah, those troopers definitely being a bit annoying. And I do have to be careful because I know if I leave my base, I could be in for an attack. I'm just having a look at my opponent's base, and we can see his harvesters are having to go quite a little while, a bit of a way to go and harvest. So he is doing some long-term harvesting, although he is building more harvesters. And what I'm doing actually now is I'm just taking my Black Eagles, because my Black Eagles can actually take out harvesters, and they are decent at that. So that's going to just get me some like extra points I'm going to be able to take out his economy, and that's going to obviously be very annoying for himself, because he's either going to have to build more harvesters, and he's also not going to be getting the resources that he would have at that point in time. But yeah, now I'm just having a bit of a look at that thing, and I'm just going to... The thing about their harvesters, you have to be sort of careful, and now we can see the rocket troopers going in, but suddenly there's some tanks that have appeared, and I think he's chronoed them in, and they're doing a lot of damage to my base. I'm just trying to defend here. I've lost my airfields, I've lost some of my main ore refineries, and that's devastating. The Chrono doing a massive attack there, so now I'm going to need to send my tanks in, and I'm just going to go all in at this point. That's the only thing I can do after that sneaky attack. So first of all, we are going to go and attack the harvesters. They're just outside the base, and try and get rid of his economy while his units are outside. And we managed to get one harvester down. It looks like we'll get another harvester down, so that's going to hit him pretty hard. You can see him now getting units out, and another harvester's coming down, so we might be able to take that one down also, and it does go down indeed. So doing some great damage there. We're going to try and take out some of his units now, but he's got some prism tanks, which are quite annoying because they do quite a lot of damage. They've got quite a decent range, so they're quite good for like defending bases. And we can see a prism tower there. Prism tower doing a lot of damage to my tanks, and unfortunately I am going to lose them. I am able to take a prism tank out, but I've lost a lot there, and this is looking really bad. I'm starting to think that with those Black Eagles, what I probably should have gone for is a Chronosphere. But I've got some tanks in there, some of those Mirage tanks, which they do quite a bit of damage. And I'm going to go up to his base. We can see the Chronosphere there as well. And what we need to do is just keep on applying the pressure and hope there's like going to be no attacks, further attacks on my base. And if we can whittle him down, because what I can see is I don't think there's any harvesters. But there we see the Chronosphere at work, and he's going to be back at my base. Let's see where those tanks come in. And unfortunately, he's managed to take out another building, and another building goes down, and that is just absolutely devastating, and it is over for me. So a bit of a sneaky attack there. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.